Hello Sentinels, episode 31, and today I'm going to be talking about something that Einstein once said, which was that you should look deeply into nature to discover things. And in this particular case, I was thinking more of something that most people don't, that is attributed actually to Einstein, which is something that he said things should be simple but not simpler, simple but not simpler than they should be. Now, that translates for me to something that it's the action that counts. So I always have 3 things a day that I try and actually do and make sure I track them. But if I actually fail at something and don't actually manage to get it done, as somebody who has ADHD, I try and keep the number of decisions down that I consciously concentrate on. And for that, I use something called MVA, which is minimal viable action. So it's a chunk of stuff that I need to get done, whatever it happens to be. I've broken it down into steps so that it can be so simple that I can get it done that day, or close to, a week or whatever. So depending on the time scales. So I'll set one or two up for weekly, some for daily, some for quarter, some for a year, things like that. And that is an MVA, and it's something that I take from nature because basically any animal, when it's trying to survive, does the next thing it needs to do to make sure it does survive, and it strings those small things together, just like, for example, ants looking for food. They don't have any thought as such, but they have a program to follow. When they follow the program, based on the steps, they eventually get a task done. That's bringing food back to the nest to feed the next generation of ants. Now, I consider myself to be an animal as well, somewhat more advanced one, but still an animal. So I'm always looking for that. What is it should be simple as it can be, but not any simpler than that. And then there should be an action that's attached to it. And that's what I call an MVA. And an MVA is something that I use not just in my personal life, but in my professional life. And it served me very well because it means there is a bias towards action. And too often, especially the more complex something is, we don't take the actions immediately, and that means it ends up being late or never happens, or basically goes nowhere and never gets done. Somebody says they're going to take it on, and it never happens because we don't just say, okay, what's the next smallest step that needs to be done? And not even that gets done, and then it falters. So I apply that to myself and to business, and I hope that helps you with your ADHD if you have that. And if not, it's simply a matter of helping with projects, anything you actually want to do on a day-to-day basis. I hope that'll help you. And as always, it's sponsored by leaderstrive.tv, and have a plan, be fun, foster wisdom wherever you see it, and have a good morning, a good afternoon, or a good evening, wherever you may be at this particular point in time. And I will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.